You're looking for all the latest Chelsea news, then you've come to the right place. But the bonus is, it's just a 5-minute video. Let's get cracking. First up, Frank Lampard, and admits he can feel the heat from Roman Abramovich, but insists he can deal with the Chelsea pressure. Now, if I just scroll down on here, it's from a book called The Boss, Chelsea Managers from Ted Drake to Frank Lampard by Harry Harris, an introduction by Ivor Badil, and it's a forward on there by Frank Lampard, and it just goes through the different managers that Chelsea have had in their history. Frank Lampard himself has been talking of the pressures of working under Roman Abramovich. Lampard said this: "It's a vastly different era now. There's a lot more structure to the clubs, with managers more under the microscope than at any other time in the game's history. Of course, I played for 13 years at this club. I played for many managers, and I did have my issues from time to time, such as experiencing a tough period when Villas-Boas was boss and left me out of the team. We did have a conflict, but now I see it from the other side of the fence, and I see it differently than I would have done as a player. The job of management has become far more intense over the last 20 years, especially in the Roman Abramovich era, as there are high expectations, which brings levels of pressure. This in turn makes for some difficult decisions for managers who need very strong squad of players with strong personalities. Having played under so many managers, I've gained a great deal of experience. They've all given me food for thought, approaching the job in a different way. I don't think the Chelsea manager 25 years ago would have needed the same qualities he needs now. I've taken many qualities from the managers I've played under. Some I disagree with, others I would think had the right approach. But all those aspects in their different ways are an aid to the way that I would like to manage myself." He was asked about when he took over at Chelsea, leaving Derby County, and he said this: "You wouldn't have dreamed the Chelsea job would come along after a year at Derby. Was it right to take the job so early? It was a question posed at the time of my appointment, whether it was too early in my development as a manager. I didn't ask myself whether it was too early. I have confidence in my ability, but I do understand why it was the first question. I had a wonderful playing career with Chelsea, but that's got nothing to do with my new role as the manager. This is a challenge I had no fear of taking, and I've got no fear of doing. My objective is simple: to be as successful as it is possible to be at Chelsea. If I don't, then it should not influence what I achieved in 13 years as a player. But my intention is to succeed as a manager the way I succeeded as a player." It's a great interview there by Frank Lampard, and as you can see from the book The Boss, which is out now. So to The Athletic. Now you need to sign up to The Athletic on a free trial, or you can pay to be a subscriber. But they've posted up a great article: "Fighter with a gentleman's spirit, Chelsea can build around Mateo Kovacic's dynamism." And they start the article by saying this: "As he watched the brilliant Bayern Munich subject his Chelsea team to the heaviest home European defeat in February, Frank Lampard saw only one player in blue worthy of publicly singling out for praise. He said, 'I think there were a couple of performances in our team, namely Mateo Kovacic, who played with a personality and a quality that makes you go, okay, he can play in virtually any team at that level.' Make sure you check that out. Kovacic has been outstanding." So to Tim Cahill, remember him, the Everton player, the Everton legend? He's been talking of the best youngsters coming through in the Premier League, and he has given the accolade to Chelsea's Mason Mount. Mason Mount, 21, has scored 6 goals and contributed to 4 assists in 29 appearances in the Premier League so far, which earned him an England call-up to the senior squad for the first time. Cahill, talking of Mount, said this: "I like the look of Mason Mount. I think he's a top goal scorer and he's got a massive career ahead of him. One of the reasons why I like him a lot is because of his coach and the way he's trying to mould a player similar to himself. You can lead him and show him the right ways. You can see that starting to come to fruition with his football this season. I'm a big fan. Do you agree?" High praise from Tim Cahill. So to a Chelsea transfer target, Alex Telles. And Frank Sinclair, who's been talking in depth over the past few days, explains why he thinks that the deal for Telles would be a risk. He said this: "Alex Telles is a good player. I like what I've seen of him, but whether he's got the ability to adapt to the Premier League is a different question. There is no other league like the Premier League, purely due to the competition in every game, week in and week out. There is no easy games. That's why I prefer to see Chelsea sign proven players that have played in the Premier League before. You look at Emerson, for example, terrific player before coming to the Premier League, but he hasn't been able to lock down a position for Chelsea. It just shows how difficult it is to adapt and to acclimatise to the Premier League. You'd expect Telles to be able to handle the Premier League and do well, but it's certainly not something that I can take for granted, that a player who is playing well abroad can just come into the Premier League, hit the ground running and continue." And for me, I think Sinclair makes a great point, a spot on point. You need to look at the quality of the league they're coming from, the competition in the league they're coming from. For example, if they're coming from a team that win week in, week out and fight for the title every year, them or one or two others, then to come to the Premier League would be a massive shock. And I think Sinclair's got a great point. There is a new name linked with Chelsea. It's Stoke's Nathan Collins, an 18-year-old 6'5" defender who's only played 3 times in the Championship. Chelsea and a number of others are keeping an eye on the defender. So that's it from me today. This has been the 5-Minute Chelsea News on Monday, the 6th of April. Let me know what you think about anything discussed in the video. Check out my website, which you can see here, chelsdaft.org. If you liked the video, smash the head out the like button for me, then subscribe to the channel, but make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when my videos come out. So let me know what you think about anything discussed in the video. I love to read all your comments. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow.